go to a site that we have used this year called thatquiz.com. Thatquiz.com. So if you go there, you will see a site that looks like this. And over here, we are in the geometry world right now. You can go to geometry. And if you come down here to the word geometry, and click over here, and then you get, looks like a bunch of confusing things over here. But what we are looking for is surface area. And if you look right over here where my cursor is on the left side, it says surface. Okay? And what this allows me to do is pick the solids, the figures that I would like to test myself on surface area. So the only shapes that you're going to see tomorrow are cubes, which we can also call a rectangular prism, and just in general, prisms. Okay, so if I click on those two things, and then up on top here, you might remember you can change the length, how many problems you want, the level, so I can go really, really difficult, or I can make it really easy for myself. Okay, I'm going to keep it right there at 10. If I want a timer, I can time myself. But what I like about that quiz is, so it gives me a problem, and then it's going to allow me to work on it, and I would leave the timer off. You don't have to worry about time, especially because you're taking this test at home. Unless you're somebody at home is timing you and only giving you a certain amount of time. Anyway, so here's my shape. I want the surface area of this, which we would call a cube. Okay, it would be the best name for it, but I can call it a rectangular prism. So again, surface area is the amount of space on all of the surfaces, and the surfaces are simply the sides of the shape. And all of the sides of this cube are squares or rectangles. So the beautiful part of this is once I find the area of one face, I can just simply multiply it by, very good, 6, because there are 6 total faces in a rectangular prism, and they're all the same. Okay, now if this weren't a cube, I couldn't do that, but in this case I could. So this is a 6 by 6, which is 36. Okay, and I got my pencil and my paper right next to me. So the area of this square right here is 36, and there are 6 of those, so I'm going to multiply that by 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. Carry the 3, 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21. That's 216. And notice it gives me the units already, centimeters squared, and we talked about this in my review this morning. Very important for you to understand this. The reason why this little squared guy is there is, first of all, that's communicating to me that this is talking about area. And area is the amount of space inside a two-dimensional object. If we were talking about volume, which period 1, 2 you're going to be tested on tomorrow, and period 1, 2, notice that volume is also here, so you can test yourself on volume. Volume is the amount of space inside a 3D shape. So that would be if I want to fill this cube with water. How much water could I fill it with? So now it would be centimeters cubed. So let's check to see if I got that right. Bam! I got it right. Now, notice it gave me another cube, so I'm going to get rid of cube here because I want to test my... There we go. Here's a nice, perfect shape for tomorrow's test. A rectangular prism. So I got a 3 by 4 on the bottom. I have a 4 by 6 on the side, and I got a 3 by 4. Did I say that already? I got the front. The 3 by 6 on the front, which is also 3 by 6 on the back. And a wise man named Cade Damrow this morning said, hey, if I find the area of one of the faces, there's always a matching or the same face that has the same area on the opposite side. So I can just multiply it by 2. So I could just do 6 times 3, which is 18, and multiply that by 2, and that'll give me both of the front and the back. So let's see if we can do this one. So let's see here. We got on the bottom a 3 by 4, which would be 12. And as I said to my fine young gentleman that I worked with this morning, I recommend drawing the net for each of these, just drawing out each of the shapes. So breaking down this box into a two-dimensional shape. What would it look like if I broke it all down? So I would have this rectangle I'd draw, I would have this rectangle, draw out all of the rectangles. And then you can find the area of them, and at the end we'll add them all up. So we get the 3 by 4 is 12, and that means the top is also 12. I got the front side is 6 by 3, which is 18, which means the back side, back there, is also 6 by 3, is also 18. And we got the side, which is 4 by 6, is 24. And the left side will also be 6 by 4, 24. And my last step, I'm going to add these all up. So let's see here if I can do this real quick. So we got 12, 20, 24, 28, 32, 2 plus 23 plus 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 10. And I believe it is 108. Please, please, please. Yes! Notice over here it tells me if I got it right. I got it right. So, just a quick little check for yourself before you get into the test tomorrow if you want to make absolutely sure that you got it. And again, period 1, 2, and only period 1, 2, you're going to have volume, so you could click on volume. Okay, and notice, no, look at just like I said, it's going to change to centimeters cubed. Okay, again, period 7, 8, 9, 10, we were a little behind that. We did not get to volume, so you don't have to worry about volume. Okay, but you will see it next year. All right, guys, we're almost there. I can see the light. The finish line is right ahead. Get her done.